Hello everybody, and welcome to this very belated episode of the Mek Shop. I'm sorry guys, I'm really sorry I've been away for ages. Well, not really ages, it's only been a couple of weeks. But basically guys, life kind of took over for a little while. Bloody life. I bloody hate that bloody life. It's a pile of shit, isn't it? Yeah, stuff with mortgages and getting the new house sorted and all that kind of guff. But anyway guys, so I've got something to show you today. If you remember, a couple of videos back, I mentioned something that I was working on, and it was very, very cool. It was something that was really, really awesome. Well guys, get ready to see this awesomeness. Well, at least I think it's awesome. It's one of my favourite Orc vehicles to date, actually. And it is a Mek Boy Junka with custom force field and death roller. Look at this beast. It's pretty big. It doesn't actually fit in the whole shot. I have to move the camera back a little bit. But yeah, guys. So I made a custom force field Junka because, you know, they're pretty decent in regards to giving your whole every unit within 6 inches a 5+ cover save, a 5+ invulnerable save. Sorry, that's just fucking badass. That's just brilliant. So I came up with this thing. I had an old Rhino lying around, so I used that as the chassis of it. It's actually looted from my Space Wolves army because I was looking at my Space Wolves the other day and I was just like, well, I've got more rhinos than I actually have guys for. So I thought, what the fuck? So hey ho, let's turn it into an Orc vehicle. Rundown of it. Old Rhino chassis that I'd lying around. The Death Roller is actually the back wheels to an old Orc battle wagon that I made many years ago, and I really didn't like the rest of the model because it is very, very ramshackle and very, very amateur. It just doesn't look right. It looks too warped and it doesn't like it would actually work properly. But the back wheels were something that I was very, very chuffed with, so I decided to turn those into a Death Roller like this, and it's really cool because it looks like it's all kind of welded together all haphazardly and stuff. We've got some lovely little blood splatters up there where the blood's dried and clotted. The custom force field at the back, I'll just turn it around for you guys, was actually made with, it took me a while to work out how I was going to do this. So first of all, I tried it with a polystyrene ball covered in PVA. Didn't quite look right, still kind of squishy, kept coming away from this PVC pipe here. I tried a couple of other things like making it out of plastic card like it was like a tack welded orb of metal. Didn't work. And in the end, what it actually is a big ball of Sculpey that I baked in the oven. However, the first iteration of it, I actually baked it for too long. You're only supposed to bake this at gas mark 2 for 30 minutes. Instead, I baked it at gas mark 6 for an hour, and it turned into this gigantic rubbery blob that I thought was going to try and kill me. So I decided to go with that in the end, and this turned out, the second iteration of it turned out very, very well. Before I baked it, I scored it. I don't know if you can see this, guys. I scored this line in it to make it look like it was two halves that were riveted together, so I did that. Used random struts, random bits of plastic rod and tubing that I had, some random Necron bits to actually make the stalks that these orbs are set on. I'm going to try a bit of better object source lighting with these guys. This was just a last minute to make it look like it was glowy and look like it was on, but I'm going to actually do some more object source lighting reflecting on the actual copper of the generator part itself. And like I said, this is just a piece of PVC pipe that I just cut a section out of. The actual front cab section, as you can see guys, is not standard to the Rhino. It's actually just a plastic card box that I put on top. In fact, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here guys so you can see some more of the detail. I did a lot more texturing on this than I normally would with plastic card. As you can see, I've kind of textured the edges, textured the rivets and textured the additional panels and plates and stuff like that that we've got going on, and there's some more texture around here which looks quite nice. Added just a bit more, you know, worky bits, some more exhaust and some vents and some ports and stuff to the actual cab itself, and it just made the whole model look a lot bigger and a lot beefier. Moving around here, we've got obviously this standard. Oh dear, I do believe I missed some yellow on there when I was painting it. That's not very good. Ah, for fuck's sake! I've fucking broken it again for fucking shitty bollocks! You can see there, guys, in transporting it to a game I had recently, it's fucking broken. I'm gonna have to get some super glue on that. That's a piss take. Fuck my life, fucking shitballs. I thought I glued it pretty sturdily as well before, but I fucking didn't. Didn't I? Fucking wanker. But anyway, so, other sections of it. Let's just move this camera. Let's go free roam on this camera. We've got the actual turret section here, because the Mek Boy Junka, as standard, is not many points at all. It's only, I can't remember how many points it is, but if you just want to run a Junka, I think you can just run it with 3 big shooters, and you've got a tank there, pretty much. So this turret here is just 3 big shooters. Now, as you guys can see, it is movable, and it is also magnetizable. Magnetic, which means that I have options to interchange it with other crazy mech guns. Like, this can have a freaking shock attack gun on it and stuff like that, which would be really, really crazy. So you might see some turrets and stuff that I come up with in the foreseeable future. The actual turret itself is pretty cool. I enjoyed making this because it has an old school Gorka Morka mech coming out the top. And I just thought it was really cool, and it gave me a really awesome chance to use one of the older models that I have lying around. That's just, oh, another thing as well. One of the things that I really like, it's a really minor feature, but I really love the way my engine oil effects pooled in this little vent section here. They just look really, really nice and really, really spot on. As you can see, guys, the use of usual rust effects. In fact, let's just get a little zoom in on the mech himself. As you can see there, he's painted to an alright standard, you know, just as he's coming out the top. But I just thought it was a really, really cool little touch, the miniature. Like I say, 3 big shooters, custom force field, and a death roller. Really, really good combination, because it's got some good rammy speed, it's got a good utility use for the whole Orc army, and it's also got 3 big shooters, which pump out, what, is it 3, 6, 9 shots a turn? Which is pretty good, and they can glance light vehicles, which is pretty decent as well. The things that hold the death roller on, I'll actually zoom in to those bits as well, guys. The bits that hold the death roller to the hull of the Rhino. What this is, I wanted to, rather than just use a bit of sprue, I wanted to like it was like a girder. So I got a piece of square rod and just cut it down the middle, cut it in half. In hindsight, I should have done a bit of texturing on here to make it look like it was, you know, like where it's welded and where it was chopped, but I didn't because I was running out of time. So I just left it as that. But I've put a bit of sprue in the middle of it just to reinforce it, and then these little washery bits here in order to make it look like it can actually lift up and rotate as it's rolling over fools, as it's doing a lovely drive-by on someone. But anyway, guys, that is my custom Mech Boy Junka. So I hope you've liked this video. Please don't forget to check out the Facebook group. You get updates and stuff as to what's actually going on the Facebook groups as well, guys. So when, you know, you also get apologies when I don't put out videos for ages. So yeah, like the Facebook group. The link is in the doobly-doo down below. If you like this video, don't forget to share it. Don't forget to drop a comment as well, what you think of it. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys again. See you now, and goodbye.